Karen. I'm Karen. I was on the Great British Bake Off a couple of years ago, and it's getting towards Christmas time. I'm all trimmed up, and I'm here to support the Durham Festival of Food and Drink, both for the online festival that's happening right now, and also to support the ideas going forward for 2021. We've all got our fingers crossed, well and truly crossed, that the food festivals next year at Bishop Auckland and at Seaham will be absolutely fantastic, and all our lovely traders will be out in force, and we'll get back to where we were before this COVID situation took over our lives. So Durham County Council have asked me to come along and do something cheery and festive, Christmassy, to give you some ideas of what you might like to put on the table this Christmas. Not everybody likes a traditional heavy-duty Christmas pudding. I mean, I do, but a lot of people don't. So what I'm going to do today is a real quick demo of how to put together the old favourite Yule log. So I'm not going to bake the Yule log, because I'm going to put all the details on the website, so you can get the method and the ingredients there. I'm just going to show you how to put it together. But what I do need to do, fingers crossed it works, is just show you how to do the rolling. So I've got one of the sponges ready in my oven. So I'm going to get my glasses on and we'll see if we can get it out. And I'll show you how to roll it while it's hot. So out it comes of the oven. So I've already just run my knife along the sides there just to release it from the edges. It's been well greased and lined. And what I do with this is just sprinkle a mixture of caster sugar and cocoa all over the top of the baked sponge while it's still in the tin. This is going to hopefully stop it from sticking to the paper that I'm going to roll it on. So that's a really lovely coating there. And then simply lay a piece of greaseproof over that. And then a rack. And then with something to stop your fingers getting burnt, invert it like so. And then I'm going to remove the tray. I'm going to remove the tray. Yes, I have managed to do that. And I'm going to peel back the paper that it's been baked on, like so. It's very satisfying doing that. And off it comes in one pull. I'm going to remove the tray. So now it's sitting on the clean sheet, and turning it over, I'm just going to mark a line about 1 centimetre, 2 centimetres along. I'm not cutting through this on the short end. Just going to score. That's going to help it curl. I'm using the paper. I'm moving back so you can see this better. Using the paper that I put on there, I'm just going to roll it in that greaseproof paper. The reason we do this is because we want the cake to remember that it's meant to be in a tube shape, and it also helps prevent it from cracking when you unroll it. And we've literally just put that to one side and let it cool completely. Now then, here's the one I did earlier. Don't we always love that? So this is what I did earlier, and I'm ready to fill it and cover it and decorate it. Before I do, I just want to say I am dressed up a bit like Fanny Craddock. Do you remember her? Modern day Fanny Craddock. But this is how I like to be sort of on Christmas morning. And this is, I mean, you could make this day before or 2 days before, but if you imagine this is Christmas morning, we've got the turkey in the oven, and I'm just putting this together. So this is the one that's cooled now. So I'm moving back, unroll that, Ooh, no cracks. Hallelujah. So maybe a little tiny one, but the thing is it's very forgiving because it's covered in the lovely chocolate ganache. So filling wise, you've got a choice. You can use full ganache, or in this case I'm actually going to fill it with some orangey flavoured whipped cream. It's sort of a chocolate orange arrangement, and that's why this has to be really cold, because you can't put hot fillings into these roulades. If you're on the Bake Off you can, and that's how you get sent home because it just goes splat. So we're just going to make a nice filling there with this. You could of course put anything you liked in here. You could put sweets, fruit, curds, whatever. But I'm just going to put, this has got orange zest in this as well. Okay, and I'll just pop that to one side. And I've got the ganache here that I'm going to coat it with, but just because you can, just to show you can do whatever you like, I'm just going to drizzle a bit of that inside as well. How lush is that? And then you re-roll it. So, can you see? Let's go. Re-rolling it. And over it goes, over it goes, over it goes, using the paper to help it go. Lovely. See? And has it got, it's got that swirl going on. This is where you need to transfer it to your serving plate. I have not got another serving plate, so I've got a nice board anyway. So you just pop it onto there. Seam at the bottom, so it's out of the way, that seam is. Let's give my hands a little rub. And this is where the fun starts. So I've made chocolate ganache. The ganache is just a mixture of cream and chocolate, equal measures in this case. It could do with being a bit thicker than this, but for the, I've got one I made earlier, you see, so I can demonstrate how to decorate with that. So I'm going to just start popping some of this lovely ganache on the top. Let it go, gravity will do its own thing, you can coax it down. Just pour it on, pour, like this. I've also put a little bit of orange extract into the chocolate, into the sponge. So we've got a chocolate orange Yule log really, haven't we? And I've got, this is my favourite tool. So this is an offset spatula. And what we do with this, shall I come closer to the camera, is we just stroke it on. You can use a flat knife, of course. On it goes, and then you do the same with the ends. So you just, it's like being a plasterer. So you cover the ends up, and when it's set a little bit, you just go oof, 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 and make those lovely log-like grooves into the chocolate. So I'm going to put that to one side, because I hope you've got the idea there. In your own kitchens, you've got longer to take care with the process. So this is one that I did the other day, and I'm going to take the little bit of holly off. So you can see there, you've got the grooves. And I always like to put some snow on the Yule log. Well, you do, don't you? You've got to go for it. So that's a bit of icing sugar dusted on there. And if you did nothing else, at all, a little tiny bit of holly would do exactly what it needs to do to make that look special. But I like to do a bit extra. So what I've done here, in advance, I've candied some orange slices. Candied orange slices. And I have made some little chocolate. There was meant to be like Christmas tree shapes, but you can see, can't you? I've made a load of those. And all I've done with that is got some chocolate chips, the ones that are as cheap as chips, pop them in a piping bag. I've melted that in the microwave. It's probably set now, but you just take the tiniest snippet off of that and just pipe the shapes. Oh yeah, there we are. You can have fun with the piping bag. Pipe your shape, do a few, pop them in the fridge, out they come. So that's easy. The candied oranges, I'll put the recipe on the website, but it's just sugar and water. You make a syrup and you slice a medium-sized orange that way into nice thin slices, and you poach them really and finish them off in a very low oven until they're not hard. You could eat them, of course, they're sweet, but I'm using them for decoration. So back to my Yule log. Can you see? Not very well. So take the holly off. I've got some of the leftover ganache, so it's firmed up, and I've pop it in a piping bag with a star nozzle. This is all optional, it's just showing you things you can do. And I'll fetch it to you. I won't expect you to come to me. So I'm just going to squeeze and pull, squeeze and pull, squeeze and pull. And then I'm going to lay carefully. I'm just making this up as I go along. That's the beauty of this. Onto the ganache, like so. And then I've got these extra decorations that I've just discussed with you. I'm just going to balance those in there behind. You see how marvellous, isn't it marvellous what you can do? It's transformed. It looks like a galleon. I saw 3 ships come sailing by on Christmas Day, on Christmas Day. Sorry. And then, of course, just because you've got your holly, we shall just pop that in there. So can you see? Actually, it's very easy to do at home. Just take your time and follow the instructions on the website. Now that I've finished that, I think it's great. That would grace your Christmas table or buffet, definitely. So I'd like to say thank you to Durham County Council for inviting me along to the online festival, and now's the chance for everybody to sort of hook up online and see what all the traders, they've all got their pages and what they're selling. You can get your Christmas food, you can get your Christmas drinks, you can get your Christmas presents, all on the Durham Council website for the online festival of food and drink. And let's look forward to the food festivals, the real ones, next year in 2021 at at Bishop Auckland and at Seaham. And the sun's blind, I'm blinded by the light, so at this point I'll wish you all a very Merry Christmas. Goodbye.